So once you've collected your data, you have to analyze your data. And data analysis is the process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming, and modeling your data to use it to discover helpful information. So once you've conducted your analyses, you use this information to help with decision making. You can draw conclusions from your analyses and use this analyzed data to make data-driven decision making, right? But the thing about data analyses is it has many types of approaches. So types of data analyses are dependent on the object of study in the industry, depending on your product and depending on what type of industry your product revolves around in. There might be different ways that you can analyze your data. But the most common types of data analyses include averages, or cumulative totals, frequency and the distributions of different frequencies, some percentages, some rates, some odds ratios, and even some hypotheses testing. But these are just a handful of other types of data analyses that are available. So data analysis is important because it helps you to use your data by constructing in a way that you can explore and understand problems in meaningful ways. Data analysis helps provide context for your data, and it provides a structured way to present your information. When you're conducting data analyses, you have access to information that allow you to make faster, more informed, data-driven decisions. And with access to high-quality data, you have information to help decrease risk associated with your product and the data that it's collecting. So we created a data analysis canvas to help us along to figure out the best approach to analyze our data. And our data analysis canvas is made up of a few parts. It has a metric name or the name of the data item to be received, the data type or the format of the data items to be received. It has an option where you can identify the type of data analyses that you'll be conducting. If it's analyses being conducted on descriptive data, you identify the type of data analyses to be conducted. If it's using numerical data, then you identify the type of data analyses to be conducted on that numerical data. And then the last portions of our data analysis canvas is data assumptions and data assumptions handler. So data assumptions is any pre-hand inferred conclusions that you can draw on the data. Data assumptions are assumptions that you make based off your knowledge of the audience that you're trying to target and the data that you're trying to collect. All right. So these are preconceived notions that may have some factual insight associated with your audience. So it's assumptions that you're making based off conclusions that you can formulate before collecting your data. And your assumptions handler is essentially the steps and procedures that you take to reduce the amount of data assumptions associated with your data. So for example, if you have an assumption that is associated with the audience you're trying to target, the assumption handler is the things that you put in place to reduce those assumptions so that your data is valid.